Hi and welcome to the very first vlog from SHU Catering. My name's Darren Procter and I work here as the executive chef, and I'm also involved in well-being and I also care a lot about sustainability and food culture. Okay, the very first subject we're going to talk about is about reducing fat and salt. If we talk about pizzas like this with the stuffed crust that you can buy from the supermarket, if you eat half of that pizza you've got over 75% of the salt that you should eat in a day and over 50% of fat. So let's look at something we can make at home, even tastier, a lot more fun and a whole lot healthier. The recipe I'm going to do today is called magic dough, and you don't have to be an expert to make this. So I'm going to use, it's 250 grams of bread flour or strong white flour, and it's quite fun, this recipe. You know, we don't have to be perfectly exact. And then I want 250 grams as well of plain flour, and I went a bit over with the bread, so I'm just going to make it up to 500 and that. You know, that'll be fine. So I've got the flour, don't need the scales anymore, that's it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put in one of these little sachets of dried yeast that you can get from the supermarket. Make sure it all goes in. A little bit of salt. I'm using sea salt, but any will do. And then a few glugs of olive oil. Just going to mix that up quickly now, make sure I don't throw flour all over myself. Okay, so I've got this teppid, they call it. I mean, it's just sort of warm, really. And it's 375 millilitres I'm putting in. I put in most of it to begin with. I don't want to get a real mess, so I just try and sort of get it in while it's being a bit drier. And the ultimate goal will be that as I mix this around in a bowl, I'll end up with a really clean bowl. It'll just pick up all the flour and everything from it. As you can see, I told you I'd make it look easy. Nice clean bowl. And the dough at this point doesn't feel great, but that's the point of kneading. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, a bit of flour on the surface, and it doesn't matter which one I use. Okay, and I'd sort of just start to push it away with both hands and get a rhythm on. I tend to put a song on the radio, and then as long as the song lasts, it's as long as I need to knead it. Okay, I didn't pick this music. Okay, so a lot of the dough recipes will tell you to knead it for around about 10 minutes, and as you get more confident with it, you'll know when it's ready, and it doesn't really take 10 minutes. I suppose that'll depend on how sort of rigorous you are, but you'll start to really feel like the dough is just lovely, like a really lovely Play-Doh feel to it. Very smooth, really nice and elasticy, and then it's ready. I'm nearly there now. Okay, so that feels fantastic. What I'm going to do is put it back in my clean bowl. A little bit of oil in there, and just a little glug in the bottom, and just run it round with your hand. Okay, and that's it. We put a damp cloth over it, and the other really fantastic thing about this dough is it'll only be around about an hour when we can use it. Let's have a look now how the magic dough is working. It's been left about an hour and a half, so let's have a look. Yeah, I already knew it would work fine. So. Okay, so to make a wrap, you want a piece about as big as a small snooker ball or a ping pong ball, maybe a touch bigger than that, and just shape it like a circle on the surface, and start to roll it out. Try and keep it a circle, and the key with that is just keep moving around. So I'll make these in a batch. I've got lots of people to feed at my house, so I'll make about 7 of these, and I'll roll and fry as we go along, so you'll see how quick and easy they are. So you want it nice and thin, and as long as you keep it floured, you shouldn't have a problem with it. And practice makes perfect. Okay, so as long as the oil's hot, it's moving fairly freely in the pan. Just pop that in, and we give it around about a minute and a half each side. Okay, so that's lovely and brown now. Ready to do whatever you're doing with it. Okay, so let's look at something else that the dough can do. And this is something actually you don't even need to roll, we just sort of pull it out, a little bit thicker. And what's lovely about this is we grill it, so it's another way, and it really sort of puffs up. It's like sort of puffed up pitta. So I'm going to put these under the grill now. Okay, and these are great as a bread for an Indian meal, but they're also just good as a snack for kids after school, and just a bit of oil and balsamic, but probably better with something like hummus. And awesome because they're warm. So the garlic flatbread's one of my favourites, and it's something you can use as straight out of the pan, or
add some toppings. So I'll crush the garlic down and really sort of mash that through with some salt. Then I'll just put that in a pan with a little bit of olive oil and separate the garlic, and I put the bread straight in and turn it over immediately just so I get both sides coated with that oil and garlic. And this only take about 30 seconds, a minute either side, just so it starts to brown slightly. And it's a eat it straight away dish, this, and it's fantastic straight out of the pan. So homemade pizzas are a real favourite in my house, and if you haven't got a pizza tray, I'll use the back of a standard tray just so you get the heat all around. And then I make a quick and easy pizza topping with passata and pesto, and then a good strong cheese, and then it's a free-for-all on the toppings. I'm using a caramelised onion here, but anything goes, I would say. And then in an oven as hot as it can be, and we're probably talking about 5 to 8 minutes, and your pizza's ready.
You saw from the pittas that we did, they're a fantastic little quick and easy snack, and wicked with a bit of hummus. The pizzas, the flatbreads, the wraps, there's no excuse not to make your own dough anymore.